Hey, what's up, my friends? Jason Woodland back again with Always the Journey TV. This is episode number 42. Thank you so much for joining me. I sincerely appreciate you watching these fun interviews with all these cool people out here in the community. The whole idea is to spotlight people out here doing cool stuff in their businesses, their jobs, their artwork, their side hustles, their event space, and everything in between. We want to show different networks, different people, just in case they've got some kind of a need out there in the community. So today's small business shout out is a wonderful store down in the 9th and 9th area called The Stockist. Definitely go and check them out. Like I said, 900 South, 900 East. They're just right there, right off the corner there. So today, I'm ultra excited to introduce you to my friend Meg Griggs. We've known each other for over 25 years. So growing up in Salt Lake City, Meg has been involved in several local community organizations. With her background in events, she has produced every kind of event from local music festivals, charity runs, executive corporate retreats, and luxury weddings. She prides herself on her local first approach to consumerism as well as activism. Modern Display, that really cool store down on 700 East right off of 400 South. They always do the really cool displays out in the front yard during the holidays. They recruited Meg in the late summer of 2019. And that was definitely a very good move from Modern Display. Meg is awesome. She has brought a new fresh look to the event market from Modern Display, most recently reigniting their luxury brand, SceneMakers. With Modern's strong Utah reputation and Meg's skill level, the company is excited to see what lies ahead. Meg also volunteers much of her time to helping to coordinate unique needs amongst the Salt Lake City area, contributing to local nonprofits, finding services, and fulfilling needs of people within her vast social circle. So, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce my dear friend, Meg Griggs. What's up?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Man, it's just freaking awesome, and it's a phenomenal day, and it's beautiful, and life is good.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's a new day. It's a new day. Look at that. That background is a new day. Yep.
Yeah, awesome. And by the way, I love your sweater. That is so freaking awesome.
Thank you. Trying to keep it colorful in drab July. You know, it's like July is like the molasses of months. You just have to get through, or excuse me, January. I'm wishing for July. January is just so, ugh. So keeping it real with my cheetah print. So yeah.
Oh, well, you know, if I would have known that, I would have had one of my bright colored style polos on instead of my gray. But this is so comfortable. I just feel like I'm golfing, and I'm not even a golfer.
Gray is a comfortable color on you, Jason. Absolutely. Do you remember when we were kids and you used to get sweats from my t-shirt shop that you'd wear under your camo cutoffs?
Yes, I surely do. Those were the days.
You've stepped up. So.
That is so. In fact, I actually still have a hoodie that you gave me. It's literally about 20, probably 26 years old.
I was 16 when I worked there, and I'm 41 now. So yeah. So that's how old it is. Yeah.
I'll find it in one of the bins and take a picture and throw it over to you. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Awesome.
So I wanted to get you on the show to talk more about your awesome business and all of your amazing skills that you've been accumulating for years. And I know that there's some people out there, especially when things start to get normalized again. You're already busy, but I mean, your business I know is going to blow up like crazy. And I want to make sure that people are hiring the right person, which is you, awesome, to put together their events and their TV shows and their this and their that and all the stuff. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
First of all, what inspired you all to begin with to get involved in the event space?
So the first event I ever did I was a senior in high school at Skyline, a hardcore girl, which for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a punk rock genre that we grew up in. And I really didn't have a place, but I found this class. It was an elective, and it was fashion merchandising. And I thought, this will be an easy class. You know, this isn't my AP classes. I'll take this class. And with it, they produced a large fashion event every year. So they had done something in the auditorium or whatnot. Well, I just had this feeling, and I was just like, you know, I can make this awesome. Like we're not going to do it this way. We're going to do it bigger. So I went to the coordinator and I asked it, and they elected me fashion president, which is hilarious because I can't draw or make you any clothes. But and I put on a fashion show for Skyline High School. I went to Cottonwood Mall and talked to all the stores and got them to donate their clothing to us for the day. I found models amongst the student body, asked them to bring their own shoes. And then I brought a friend of yours and mine, Mr. Terry Kelsch, who had just opened up Uprock back then. It was the original location that was just off of 45th and State. And Kel and I were talking about it, and I was like, you should come DJ this. They're giving me a budget. Like, you should come DJ this. This will help you offset your rent here, And he was like, right on, sister, let's do this. So my senior year of high school, I put on a huge fashion show, built the catwalk and everything, and had a local hip hop DJ spin for us, and it was a huge hit. I received lots of accolades and awards, and it just, I got hungry for events. And then over the next 20 years, I just stepped from one step to another, and I didn't go to school for any of this. I've done everything through sweat equity, like building everything on my own. I gave my time away as a marketing coordinator early in the days. I got a great start with Slug back in 2003. I actually met Angela in the middle of a Sabathon event, which is this huge event that used to happen in the summers here. And their one event coordinator ended up getting too wasted to finish directing the event. And so she asked if I would step in and did it. And I knocked it out of the park that night. And I worked for Slug for years and years later, and worked on everything from action sports competitions, the Summer of Death series, we worked on a documentary, which you were featured in, Making a Scene in 2007. And then, and then from there, I just stepped out of like the music stuff, and I got really into community service and activism and fundraising for nonprofits that have no money. Like, we're not even they have no budget. So you have to raise money from nothing. And, I've excelled at that, and I've been grateful to be have clients that have hired me to run 5K events for them, to run state sanctioned events, and now over at Modern, now I'm doing bougie events and trying to help the community on the side. So that's it on the nutshell.
Dang, that is awesome. I love that history. And I did not realize that you did this like way cool runway event back in high school. That is awesome.
Yeah, but I think Alicia Valdez and those guys came to it and stuff like that. Like, there's some names from the past, but yeah, like, I love telling that story because it crosses over into why I love Salt Lake City so much, is just bringing in different communities, different demographics, like different groups, the hip hop scene, the punk rock scene. It's just been great. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, you and I definitely share that affinity for Salt Lake City. It's such a unique and special place. And the community here is, it's second to none, hands down, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. And I love to travel. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Seattle. Like, I travel all over the place. But I'll tell you, I love living in Utah. I love growing up here. I love all the small businesses. I love learning about the people and what they need and how we can help each other. And it's a really great place. I have 2 daughters, and it's been a great place to be a mom too. So. Yeah,
definitely. That's awesome. So tell us more specifically. Okay, so you're over at Modern Display now, which is way cool because I've always thought that was a fun place. Tell us more specifically about your job within Modern Display and what it is that you can do there. I mean, let's talk about all the details.
So Modern Display is an interesting company in itself because it started back in the 1930s. The founder, Bill Vreens Sr., emigrated from Denmark, and he was about 15 years old when he started working out of the back of a rusty old what are they called? Just a rusty old station wagon. And he would go around and he would decorate the pharmacy windows. And, so like you used to see like with the painting and stuff like that on the windows back in the 1940s and the 1950s. And he created a business out of that. And then that's now 3 generations later. and I still work for the Brains family. They're a great family that's rooted here in Salt Lake City, very well known amongst the population here. And Modern Display is known for being that store on 7th East with the beautiful Christmas trees, and that's what we do. We own a home decor store that you see on 7th East. Inside that decor store, there are many different facets. One of those is Christmas trees. So we have a large, we call it the artificial Christmas tree lot. There's a huge basement that's just full of Christmas trees. And during December, we helped people that had to stay home the whole time. We did curbside picking, curbside pickup and shopping. Then we also have a Christmas lighting division. And then besides that, then we also own Ensign Floral, which is the fresh floral wholesaler. So we provide floral to, like, you go to Harmon's and you buy floral. That's most likely our floral. And then also we have a parade floats division. So we have a whole division that makes floats for the Days of 47 parade, the Gay Pride parade, the individual city parades. We have another group that does just expositions. So any sort of conventions at the Salt Palace or the Mountain America Expo Center down in Sandy. We do the carpet, all of that. We have a whole division for that. We have another division that just does corporate decor. So if you're a bank or like a life insurance company or an office or something, and you want someone to come in and redo or to do Christmas installation and setting and striking, we have a whole division that does that. And then we have a division that does special events and weddings, and that's where I come in. I originally came on to reinvigorate the brand SceneMakers, which was dormant for about 5 years. And with SceneMakers, I'm positioning it to be a B2B service and it's going to create a partner for luxury events. So a lot of my customers are wedding planners or florists or caterers, so some sort of other business that may be producing the event or designing the event. They call me when they need a huge installation in the ceiling, or they're like, oh my gosh, I need a 17-foot headless horseman. Do you know where I can get one? I have one. And so
I need that in my life.
What did you say?
I need that in my life.
Well, you need to come tour our 80,000 square foot warehouse so you can see all the weird stuff that we have. Like, we have some of the coolest stuff, and we're a prop house. We're one of the only prop houses here in Utah. It's amazing what we do. And I've kind of since COVID, I've kind of taken on a role of business development to help the other brands as well. It's just, figuring out how we can get out there, stay open, and help the community too. And as soon as that light turns on for all of us to get back in, the industry is coining a term called revenge attendance, where they're saying that everyone is just like a cousin's wedding that you normally would never have RSVP'd to. All of a sudden you're like, girl, I got a dress, we're going.
Let's go.
Like, everyone's going to everything when this is over. And there's, unfortunately, our marketplace did lose some local businesses. And so there are still some of us that are still standing, and we're ready, to do things safely and to do things right, but beautifully as well. So.
Wow. Revenge attendance.
Isn't that crazy? Revenge attendance is what they're saying. And that everyone's and Christmas parties and New Year's parties next year are going to be off the hook. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you see the stuff come, and I've been talking with some local businesses, and I know that I don't want to say exactly but a lot of them are planning. They're working with the health department. They're working with the governor's office and understanding the safe way to proceed, but also with the trajectory that we're on with the COVID vaccine and everything, it is anticipated that Salt Lake City will have summer. So that gives me hope. You know what I mean? Granted, I want to do it safely because I want everyone, to make it through this. But this has been a catastrophic year for events and decoratives or anything that's fringe, right? Anything that's extra, it's been cut for this year. And I mean, I did do some weddings last summer. I normally have my hand in over 100 in a season, and I had my hand in 15 last year. So we're just trying to really keep it going and get there. But I guarantee it's coming, you guys. And buy the culottes and the flip-flops and, you know, the cute sun. You're still probably going to have to wear masks, but we'll hopefully be able to have street festivals and everything again soon.
Ooh, that is exciting. I love it. You know, it's funny because a handful of years ago, and you were at the show when Judge came to Salt Lake, and I was, doing the sing-alongs and in the pit and all that, and I'm like, okay, that's it. And now I'm like, nope, I'm probably going to be stage diving again, and I should not be doing that. But so the revenge attendance, I'm all chips in.
Oh, and I talked with SNS with Lance Saunders today, who owns Urban and Metro and Kilby. And I was like, hey, brother, like, just tell me what you got going on. Tell me if you guys need help. Like, and he was telling me touring bands are booking here. So let's just say, stay tuned for those guys for the summer, but we all will have live music soon. So.
Dang, that's extremely exciting. Okay, I was way excited to talk to you anyway, but being able to hear some of those things is definitely a lot of fun. Okay, cool. So as far as events go on a more granular basis, you can handle weddings, you can do concert stuff. Tell me more about the repertoire.
Everything. So we are capable of executing anything that you need. Like, quite frankly, I can source anything from around the country, from around the world because we have international and national partners. Mm-hmm. We have a large fabrication, paint, and welding shop. I can build anything you need. I have the best guys for rigging. So we can do anything from a backyard wedding with a large tent to, a Christmas party, but we also specialize in we just do everything. Like, I built a pop-up cake, like one of those pop-up cakes for HBO last year for Sundance, for David Diggs' birthday. Like, we can do anything. And that's the thing with modern, we've always just say we just get it done, and we figure out how to do it. So I can provide your linens, I can provide your lighting, I can provide your draping, I can provide your carpeting, I can provide your stanchions. We have all this rental stuff. We also have the largest carpet inventory for event carpet inventory. We can do anything. And we even started building those acrylic shields for when you go into the store now, and there's the acrylic shield that's up between you and the cashier. We have CNC machines, so we started shooting those out during pandemic, and so we're really capable of doing anything. I myself work with a very select group of people for our SceneMakers stuff, but we have a team that can execute anything that anyone needs. We have team members in all those different departments that we talked about.
Dang, that is awesome. Okay, so you got to promise me, though, next time you do one of those pop-up cakes, you got to have me come out. I will pop out a cake and I will sing happy birthday to somebody.
Yeah, that was a trip. That was fun to make. My guys figured out this whole contraption and stuff. It was amazing. So
dang. Okay, so any kind of event, you guys can handle it.
Absolutely, any kind of event. Some of the corporate clients that we have are like BioFire, New Skin, doTERRA, Sundance. We do all of the crowd control and everything for Sundance Film Festival. So our teams are very knowledgeable and skilled in all different types of events. So.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so as far as size goes, is there such thing as an event that's too small, and is there such thing as an event that's too big?
No, so the too small, we can will call anything out of our warehouse. It's on 33rd West and 5th South. So you can will call anything. If you want that giant horse in your front yard for your son's birthday, you can, and you've got a trailer to put it on, you can come pick it up and you rent it from us. So no event is too small. If you need, red carpet for your daughter's 16th birthday and you want a red runner, we have that too. But if you're looking to do a wedding for 200 to 250 people, I mostly specialize in in destination weddings. So a lot of the time the full wedding party is coming from out of state, but we also do fresh floral for intimate weddings as well. And then, you know, our exposition team, they do expositions of hundreds of thousands of people, you know, and they've done them for so many years that as soon as that light turns on, they're excited to get back to that as well. And then we also, like, I can work with any group and find you the right facilitator for it. So if we're not the right one, I will get you the right one. I'm the director of education for the state of Utah for the Wedding International Professionals Association. And so I have a vast network as well that I can lean on.
Amazing. Okay, so let's just maybe put it this way. Anything that has to do with events, regardless of what it is, they should probably call you first, because you can help them with floral, you can help them with tents.
And floral and flooring, and I know the best caterers. I know what caterer you got a budget. I can tell you if you want artesian food or if you want like your traditional home style. I can tell you the best ones for those. If there's a food truck that you want there, I can tell you the best way to get those. You know, I've had my hand in so many different types of events, and I've been a different position in each of those events that I know enough people to get you to the right ones that are gonna do the best for you. So
yeah, that's amazing. So then also I guess it would be safe to assume that almost any type of budget you can do something with or point them in the right direction.
Absolutely. And there is something that I've been pushing this year is just kind of you know, I'm coining it like SLC. The guys over at Huge Brands at Spilt Ink coined a hashtag during quarantine, SLC Strong, to try and keep local businesses moving. And I really love that so I've just been reaching out to different groups. If you're like a restaurant, or if you're an event person, or if you're a musician or an artist and you want to know how to do your stuff this year, send me an email and I will help you. I am offering my service to my community members. I want to be of service for 2021 with whatever bandwidth I can handle. We'll see once the lights come back on. But yeah, if you're like, hey, I'm a local artist, I haven't sold anything in a year, I've done all this stuff, I want to show it, I can help you find the place to show it, you know, and I'm not going to charge people for that because I just want to see our city thrive and come back alive. And one of my favorite things about like Salt Lake City is spring. And when you drive down 7th East or you drive down South Temple and you see people walking or you see people doing this, or you're driving down State Street and you see people turn into Exchange Place to go to Heavy Metal Shop, you know, or you're down on 9th and 9th and you hit up the Stockist, or you're running over to Cahoots or any of that. You know, I just want to see it all come back. I want to see the bicyclists on the one night. Remember when they used to do like the huge bicycle, all of them would come down and they'd ride past you. Like, I just want to see all that come back. I want to see Kilby Court come back. I want to see, I want to see Gallery Stroll come back. And what does that look like? We don't know, so get a hold of me. If I don't know who to contact, I'll find who to contact, because I want to support our community so much with everything that we've been through. This has been a gnarly year. And the fact that, if as soon as those lights come back on, these people need to feed their kids, so put food on the table. So this is not the year to ask for discounts. This is the year to be of service to your community and to purchase local. And what that means is when we can, make sure we're eating out, at the places, supporting them, make sure we're helping coffee shops, because that doesn't only just help them, it also helps those people working there. Think about all those people all those servers that can't work, so as soon as they get back, double tip them. Yep. Like if you're 20% tipper, tip them 40, because they didn't get a tip for months at a time, and so I really want to put myself out there to kind of lead in this way, that we all are in this together, and that the only way that our community is going to survive is if we, join hands and support each other, lift each other up.
Yep, 100%. And yeah, and also since you brought him up, special shout out to our homie Kevin over at the heavy metal shop down on the Exchange Place. That's great. I love that. You and I definitely have that same mentality of just really wanting to be of service. I think that is absolutely imperative because, I mean, especially during this period of time, there's still a lot of fog out there in terms of, what's next, what is the next step. And, I'm the eternal optimist and I know that things are going to bounce back in time and things are going to be okay, but there's some people who are not okay right now and we need to do what we can to support them.
Absolutely. And that was something that I was challenging. You saw it, just challenging my friends. Like, if somebody hasn't seen someone for like weeks on end, do something, drop them, send them chip cookies or drop, or even better, go to Thule Bakery and get their cookies, or go to the Coffee Garden and buy their cookies, and then drop them off, just because it's not over yet. We're still sludging through this, and February is going to get hard, and we all are tired and we're fatigued of all this, and so, and I just keep saying, like, this is going to be like the Renaissance period, dude. After this, like, I know we did not have the Great Plague. We have lost a large number of citizens, and but it's time to party after this, because it reset a lot of stuff for me. It reset a lot of stuff for my friends and family, and I want to be around them. I'll go to that cousin's wedding, even if I haven't spoken to him in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I usually try to show up to all the weddings anyway, especially if there's tea. You know what I mean?
Oh, but you're the tea man. That's why. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. So let's talk about what geographic locations can you cover?
So we can cover anything nationally. We also, with some of our different departments, we can do international. Like right before COVID happened last March, we had conventions going on in Dublin and in Costa Rica that we had to cancel, and that we participated in. And so we're everywhere. Myself, I service Utah and the surrounding states. I have some great partners in Colorado and California that I would refer you to in either of those, but with like Idaho, Wyoming, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, I can service all those states.
Wow. Okay. So obviously every single area in Utah, everything from Logan to St. George,
absolutely,
Twilla to Heber and Park City, all those areas.
Oh yeah. And I specialize in the Park City, Deer Valley market as well. So yeah, I know those areas very well, but we can go anywhere. I'm doing a wedding in June in Robertson, Wyoming, a full scale luxury wedding in Robertson, Wyoming in June. So.
Okay, that's very, very good to know. Okay, awesome. So tell me, what does your sort of perfect client look like? So if someone were watching this interview, I'm really trying to speak to that person where they say, Meg is my person. I need to reach out to her and get this thing figured out. Or who makes a good referral for you? What would you say there?
A good referral for me is just somebody who's looking for any sort of service. And honestly, I love referrals. Those are the greatest. People come to me and we end up talking for a couple hours. I'm sure you can see how that happens. But, the perfect customer for me is just somebody who's willing, like, I would like to say that they're patient and kind, but sometimes that doesn't cut it. Like in event world, you got to turn it over in a quicker time frame. So not all my clients are patient and kind. So, I asked you to be nice, but if you're grumpy, you can call me too. So.
Well, the thing is, you've worked with every personality under the sun, so you don't even really worry about that, huh? You just like, hey, let's go. I know you're stressed. Let's do this.
Yeah, and I can walk the walk with the luxury, groups, and we do service some of the movie production groups that come through here. So we work with them. But then modern also is we provide the floral that goes in the temples all over the world. So
wow, all over the world?
Yeah. So all over the world, there is silk floral in those temples. And the women who design, decorate, and execute those meet here once a year. And yeah, so I have very religious clients. I'm heavily tattooed, as you know, and I have very religious clients. I have very well-known clients in the state very distinguished families of the state who call me for everything. And, you know, they love their tattooed party planner. But then, you know, we can do music festivals. We can help you with motocross. Any type of client. We service every type of event you could imagine. So.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, cool. So, how does a potential client get a hold of you?
Email's the best for me because the phone, I've had the same phone number for like 30 years. So people from Slug still call me, people from recovery communities still call me. So the email's the best. And if you just email over and, you know, tell me what you need, or even if it's just like, hey, I'm thinking about putting on this party next fall. What do you think? Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's get you there.
Awesome. Okay, so I mean, I don't even need to say this, but you do give, in essence, sort of a free consultation, so someone can be like, "Hey, Meg, I've got this idea. Can we sort of talk through it and get an idea of, you know?" And you'll assist.
I love to collaborate. I love ideas, and one of my main sayings is be part of the solution and not the problem. So I just love coming up with solutions. So you're like, hey, listen, we've got this wedding. It's March of 2021. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Could we do it safely? Let's talk about it. I'll tell you what the county requires, what we can do, what Modern can provide, what some of my partners can provide. Yeah, let's talk.
Dang, that is awesome. Okay, that's great. So I like to end these interviews by asking, what is one of your favorite quotes or favorite songs or both?
Okay, so my favorite, I would say some of my favorite lyrics is what I like to say. The Boss originally wrote this, Bruce Springsteen. It comes from the song The Ghost of Old Tom Joad, which was remade by Rage Against the Machine, I think in the 90s or in the early 2000s, but it's the verse that says, do you just want me to read it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so it's the verse that says, Ma, whenever you see a cop beating a guy, wherever a hungry newborn baby cries, wherever there's a fight against blood and hatred in the air, look for me, Ma, I'll be there. Wherever somebody's struggling for a place to stand, for a decent job or a helping hand, wherever somebody is struggling to be free, look in their eyes, Ma, you'll see me.
Wow. That's really powerful. And you said Bruce Springsteen originally wrote those lyrics?
Yeah, so you have to listen to both versions of it because they're very poignantly different.
I can imagine.
Yeah, the Boss one is amazing. Like, I fell in love with the lyrics forever ago. And then when Zach redid it with Rage, it's a jam. Like, if I've had a good day, that's the song I put on. So.
Wow. That's really cool. I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
Nice. Well, this has been a sincere pleasure having you on the Always the Journey TV show.
Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate the opportunity, and any way that I can help you or help anyone else, please let me know. And I mean, that's not fake. That's 100%. I'm here by the grace of God, and I'm a faulted person and I've done many things, but I am grateful to be of service to my community and to my fellows. So any way that I can help you and your friends, please let me know.
You're awesome. I love you, sister.
Love you, friend. Talk to you soon.
Cool. I'm going to put you in the green room for a quick second, and then I'll wrap the show up and we'll get wrapped up on this.
Okay.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go, my friends. My friend Meg Griggs Orsini. You definitely got to check her out. She's amazing. She's a huge community supporter. Like I said, here is the email. If you have any questions regarding anything that you just heard, make sure you reach out to her. If you've got a wedding coming up, you want to do a concert, you want to do a festival, all these things, especially when things start opening up, Meg is your person. So thank you very much for joining us on Always the Journey TV. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, throw us a thumbs up on the content. And if you've got any questions, throw them in the comments below. If I've got the answer, I'll definitely answer it. And if I don't, Meg definitely will. So thank you very much for joining us. I sincerely appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day.